This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 19, Aftermath and Departure.
Yeah, so I've been hearing all this. I'm keeping an eye on Ryan, and has Ryan have you stopped digging around in your pockets so much?
I mean, there's a lot to go through. So I'd imagine she'd just be like, okay, I'll do this later. There's a lot going on here. But
Don't go. I'm gonna actually walk over to him, but when I pass you by, don't go sneaking things into deeper parts of your pockets without me.
Killjoy.
Like you.
And I tell him that. Like Killjoy.
Okay.
So, where have you been? What? Why?
This is to Norik.
Yeah.
Norik's gonna kind of grin and just give a little slightly nervous, chuckle and I'd rather not talk about it now.
Gavin.
Don't get me killed.
Gavin opens his mouth, closes it, thinks, pauses for a moment, and then says, Dirker, Gavin's had a bad day.
Do you mean Norik?
He thinks for a moment. Yeah, Norik.
It looks like you've both had a bad day. That wasn't the kind of laugh you have when you're amused. Well,
you could say he's cursed. Depending on your situation.
And Gavin thinks about it for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it. You tell there's like a process going up in there, but it's happening very slowly.
It's like that meme where that lady just thinks, stares off into space. I'd imagine that's what's going on in his brain.
Yeah. And he looks at Aaliyah, and then looks back at you guys. It's not pleasant.
Neither is being in here.
Norik's gonna kind of, from that kind of, brushing it off, little smirk that he had earlier. He's just kind of tip his head down a little bit more and kind of looking at his feet and just repeat. I'd rather not talk about it now.
Okay. Well, let's get this thing sorted out with Rayanne so we can get out of this godforsaken place.
Well, we'll take the body from here, and he looks at the guards. We'll have to get back to Swordfall, and also back to your camp. You've left some items there, and of course the elf. And he kind of rolls his eyes.
I'm not looking forward to
Norik's head's gonna pop up and be like, Herberta.
Oh, poor dear's probably left alone with the elves.
Oh, that must be your mule.
Yeah.
Yes. And he nods his head. And so they start approaching the giant metal thing on the ground. And you notice that Oster's, he says something. He digs through his pocket. Looks like he gets like either dirt or water or both, and mixes them in his hand, marks something on the side of the metal piece, and then it starts glowing. And he looks at everyone. Well, it's time to go.
Yes, please.
And he lets Aaliyah and Baramasa go on it first, and lets everyone else go.
All right.
Come on, Glace. And I pull out like jerky, so it probably doesn't know its name at all.
Yeah, it's, you know, Khaleesi's eyes, her eyes finally focus back onto the piece of meat, and
Yep.
she looks incredibly happy and hops onto the thing with you.
Cool.
So that was, yeah, Gavin gets on. He doesn't really say anything.
Mhm.
And Rayanne?
Yeah.
Get on?
I'm on.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you the first time.
I just silently walked there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Although probably hesitating here, just looking at everything like,
Yeah, you're still getting all the information within your head of what's in here. And
oh gosh.
it's so much. It's just
Tearing her apart.
like you see something about like magical portraits and wands of destruction and rings of spell slots and just all this stuff. And you briefly look at Turker, or Tierker, I should actually pronounce it right. And you get a brief outline in his, deep within his, wherever, his secret pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly the name and information of Telsadar pops into your head, and he has a magical puzzle piece on him that finds other magical puzzle pieces that grants you a wish eventually.
And then I just walk away, I guess, with this big just grin on my face, like, I could. That is definitely something I'm going to bring up with him later.
Yep. The guards get the body on, and you all kind of see a bright light, and after the bright light goes away, you're back at the campsite on top of the weird scribblings they had put on the ground earlier. And standing in wait is Lord Brennenhole
Oh gosh.
and the very heavily armored assistant of his. And they are standing there just waiting. And Herberter's there.
Nark's gonna walk over to Herberta and kind of pet her mane a little bit, and
She's gonna
say out loud. Gonna say out loud, "Hey, sorry we left you. You okay? Everything okay?"
She snuggles you, and you can hear inside your head, "They were fine. They treated me okay."
And Nark's
Though,
gonna think back. That's good.
Though they know.
They know what?
She looks you in the eyes. They know what we've been doing.
Nork's gonna look Roberta in the eyes. What we've been doing.
Communicating.
And Nork's gonna look away. And look over at the sorry, it was who was it that was there?
Lord Brennenhull, he is of the House of Brennenhull. He is a very majestic looking elf. He is standing there looking glorious, sparkling in the morning sunlight. His hair is just blonde and angelic. He has just sparkling eyes. Yeah,
And
he's
this is
every.
who we're talking about. This is who we're talking about knows that we're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
So Nark's gonna look over at him and look back to Herberta. And just think, well, let's see. Nark's gonna say out loud. It's been like this for a little while.
I figured as much. And he's not actually looking at you. He's looking still directly at Rand. But he's communicating with you because, that just seemed like the right response.
Oh gosh.
And then Nark's gonna say, that's why I still have this cursed necklace.
Well, she must be a very nice companion of yours. She is loyal. But do you know who she is?
Nark's gonna look at Brennan, however you say that.
I struggle too. Don't worry, man.
And look at Herberta, and then back to Brennan and say, no, but at this point, it doesn't make too much of a difference.
And he does that anime thing where he just goes, and motions for Rand to get closer.
Okay. So Rand slowly gets closer. The closer she gets, I'd imagine, the more she's struggling to look him straight in the eye. It's just more of like, I've got to do this. All right. I don't do this too often. This is very hard for me. I understand. This means a lot to you. And I just pull out the crystal.
And he grabs for it. Well, elegantly pulls out his hand, lightly touches it, and then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good. Constitution.
You see through the blinding light that he is severely shocked by this thing. He is screaming and he gets thrown back about 15 feet.
What happened?
What did you do?
I used it. What do you expect?
He looks terrifyingly angry. And if looks could kill, he'd probably be dead again. But luckily, his looks doesn't kill. What do you mean, used it?
What do you expect?
How did you use it?
Casting magic like normal?
And you can tell how did you use it is not. He's not asking you how did you use it. He's asking you how. How are you even using it? And he just looks bewildered. You're a human.
Yeah? Do I just, could I just, like, cast, like, a fireball up into the air and just go, like, look,
Fireball or firebolt?
firebolt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a very big distinction between
Yes.
those two.
Yes, yeah, no. I
Yeah,
should know the difference now.
yeah. Fireball kind of goes boom and spreads out. Yeah. He looks at the crystal, and he looks at how it's glowing in your hand, and he just gets this. You thought he was angry before, but now, like, he's literally turning red in the face.
What's the matter?
Turker, what's your reaction seeing this angelic creature turn red in the face with anger?
Probably I've been backing up slowly this whole time, to be honest. Like out of the line of fire in case this thing attacks. But very interested. Like if there's a tree nearby, or if I can hide under that kind of rock overhang or something while still listening, that's probably what I'd be doing.
Yep.
I don't think I have a dog in the fight, but I'm very intrigued.
He lifts up his hand and he just points to you. You have made an enemy today of my house. And I don't know what you've done to my focus or my family lineage, but trust me, I will get it back. And this is when he flips his cape, and him and his servant just disappear.
Hmm.
What was that about?
I think you've made a enemy there. Austere just... You can't tell if he is amused, intrigued, or horrified by what just happened. But there's like a mixture of like just kind of wonder in his face.
So, I'm supposed to not be able to even use this thing, if I understand correctly.
Well, he hasn't been able to use it for quite some time. And there is a chuckle in Austere's voice. You can tell he's getting a little amusement out of this.
And Norg's just gonna say, yeah, gonna chime in. It sounds like a personal problem.
It really does.
Well, we'll make sure you have a clear transport back to town. Well, it looks like you have a wagon and a cart, so it looks like you transport the body fairly well. And he points to the cart that's big enough to transport 2 bodies in.
All right, Norg's gonna pat Herberta and say, "Well, you mind doing a little more work for us? You've been so good all along." Thinking in his mind.
Well, we both know this is not the first body I have carried in that cart.
That's true. And Norik hooks up the wagon to Herberta. And, all right, let's load it up.
Gavin helps Austere, and they load it up into the cart. They put like basically a tarp over him so nothing gets to it. And Austere looks at Gavin, looks at Norik, nods at Norik, and holds out a hand. Well, we have a bit quicker ways to get back to town. But if you do need help, we'll come at a moment's notice. Just use this. And he hands you what seems to be a little glass vial. Just break it if you're in too much trouble.
And he handed it to Norik?
Yeah.
All right, and Norik's going to gently take the glass vial, look at it, and look over to Austere and say, thank you. And then he's gonna, give the reins a little swish and say, "All right, let's go." And start. And Karch is gonna start going.
Yeah. Rand, Tierker,
Mm-hmm.
Norik's going down. Well, probably going back to the road.
Yeah, I think Tierker's gonna start heading that way as well. Although, if you're in a cart, you're probably going a little faster than us.
We're just going. We're just walking. We're going at
Walking.
normal pace. Easy traveling. Not in any rush.
So, we're all heading back to Swordfall then?
I'd imagine.
I guess that's what it seems.
Well, if we're all going to the same place to collect our reward, ought we travel together again?
Why not? I'll
I
treat
guess
y'all.
I'm carrying your reward, so.
And I don't want you to get too far away with those pockets anyways.
Oh.
Norik just eyes Rayanne with the cloak. Smirks a little bit and looks back forward.
On the way back to Swordfall, do you mind if we make one stop?
Fair enough. Well, I'm not the one in charge of the cart.
Norik, there's a town, you might have heard of it. It's called Longborough.
And
I'm wondering
the
if we can
cart's gonna
stop
come.
there.
The cart is going to come to a fairly not exactly abrupt halt, but it's definitely slowing down to a dead stop.
I give you like the head tilt, like, what the fuck?
And Norik's gonna just keep staring forward, not even looking at Tirka. And say, just say so that Tirka can hear. Norik's still looking forward the
Yeah,
way
I
that
get
they
it.
were going.
You get the dead stare forward.
And he's gonna say, "What business do we have there?"
Not necessarily you, but I do. There's something there I wanted to pick up, and I think the town might be in a bit of trouble.
Well, that's all we have tonight, folks. Let's say our goodbyes.
Hey, I'm Gats Righteous. Thanks again for tuning in, and thanks again, Paul Garish, for GMing another really fun episode of Tales of Swordfall. So, few things. If you guys are having fun watching this actual play or listening to it, of course, Tales of Swordfall, you've got those 3 campaigns. Check it out. Swordfall D&D, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. I wish I could be a part of all of your different sessions, but then I would have literally no life left on top of my other stuff that I do. I also GM a game every Saturday at 7 p.m. PST called Bane of the Ancients. You can find that at Bane of the Ancients D&D or Bane of D&D on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Also another game that I'm a part of and Paul's also part of that's really fun to watch, a little more off the handle. It's called Heroes of Old, and you can find those videos on the Band of the Hawk gaming YouTube channel. In addition, you can find all three of these, Tales of Swordfall, Band of the Hawk Gaming, um, Band of the Ancients D&D, and a bunch of other stuff on bandofthehawkgaming.com. It's kind of a social/media hub for creators and geeks. And if you want to see what I'm about, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. at Gats Righteous, and that's Gats with 2 T's. Thanks again, Paul.
Yeah, for sure. If you've got a little bit extra time to listen to anything, any of the stuff we're putting up, I've been listening to it at work. The other campaign and the one shot group we have going right now. It's been a great way to pass the time. So I'm Guy. I'm from YouTube channel That Guy Who Can't Sing, Twitter Guy Who Can't Sing, and I've been playing Nordic Waltzspur. It's been a lot of fun, and oh boy, this was a good session. So say thanks again, Paul, and that is it for me for tonight.
Yeah. And I've been enjoying this a lot too. First time playing D&D, and I've had a good experience so far. Granted, lots of people have died and been revived DBZ style, but I enjoy it. And yeah, I'm going to start binge watching some of those sessions too, because I'd mentioned that'd be great just binge watching when I have time off, now that I have time off. Anyway, I'm Very Random Butterfly, aka Christy. You can catch me on Twitter at VRY Butterfly, or on YouTube, which is just Very Random Butterfly. I do video game stuff, art stuff, comics, and all that stuff whenever. Anyway, that's it.
And I am Paul. As Gats mentioned, you can find all our stuff on Twitter at Swordfall D&D, letters D&D. Also, you can find us on Anchor.fm at Swordfall D&D. Also on YouTube /Tales of Swordfall. Yeah, we actually have a real URL from YouTube now. That's awesome.
Nice.
Thank you for everybody who's been supporting us, everybody who's been listening to us through the podcast channels, listening to us on YouTube, and also interacting with our social media stuff. The D&D community is an awesome place. All the players are awesome. I can't express how much I can't even express what I'm trying to express. So yeah, I can't express how awesome this group is, with a whole bunch of like new to semi-new players, and then the very much experienced blue group, who are just awesome people and awesome players. Anyways, I'm just ranting now. So if you want to follow me on my personal Twitter, I'm at Paul_Garish, PAUL_GERRISH. I tweet or retweet mostly about puppies, nerdy things I do, and D&D. So yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. A puppy lover who plays D&D and do nerdy things on the side. Woo. So, in conclusion to my rant, I hope you're having a nice night, or whatever time of day it is. I hope you're having a nice one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall. remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.